Hello and welcome to New Awakening Theology. In today's video, we'll talk about Christ's commandment to settle matters quickly with your adversary. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and the bell notification in order to receive all future videos. Also, you can go to New Awakening Theology on YouTube to see past videos. Now, under the United States Constitution, the accused in all criminal cases has the right to a speedy trial. The general concept is easy enough to understand, but the particular details of what this means can be difficult to pin down. In general, a speedy trial guarantee means that the accused must be brought to a trial or released within a reasonable amount of time. What constitutes a reasonable amount of time is a matter of debate. Lawsuits and legislation, the federal government, and each state set their own rules. The Supreme Court in Baker v. Wingo, 1972, said that a defendant's constitutional right to a speedy trial cannot be established by any inflexible rule, but can be determined only on an ad hoc balancing basis in which the conduct of the prosecution and that of the defendant are weighed. Jesus looks at this a little differently. In Matthew 5:23 through 24, Jesus said, "Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar and then remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to them. Then come and offer your gift." To understand this commandment, you need to back up to Matthew 5:21-22. You have heard that it was said to the people long ago, "You shall not murder, and anyone who murders will be subject to judgment." But I tell you that anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment. Again, anyone who says to a brother or sister, "Raka," is answerable to the court. And anyone who says, "You fool," will be in danger of the fire of hell. Now, the word raka is from Aramaic and means worthless or empty. You see, the Jewish teachers taught that the sixth commandment forbade nothing except actual murder. The Pharisees were intent only on the external act of worship. They did not care about a person's state of mind as long as a person conformed to the external rites of religion. Then he or she had met their obligations. No matter how much envy, malice, and deep hatred they might have, Jesus taught a different doctrine. It was of more importance for a person to have their heart right than to perform the outward act. Jesus is telling us that to worship God acceptably, we must reconcile with others. Our worship will not be accepted unless we do all we can to live peacefully with others. We must seek reconciliation with others when we have injured them before we attempt to worship God. A lack of reconciliation is often the reason why God does not accept our offerings or answer our prayers. And we feel empty after our devotions. We do not do what we ought to. We cherish improper feelings or refuse to make proper acknowledgments. As a result, God will not accept our attempts to worship Him. You know, our country today is more politically divided than at any time since the Civil War. We ridicule and insult and even threaten those we disagree with. We think that our opinions and the opinions of those who agree with us are always right, and those we disagree with are always wrong. Not only are they wrong, but they're stupid, should not be allowed to express their opinions, and are criminals because they disagree with us. We avidly support politicians who spend more time downgrading their opponents than they do developing policies that will help our country. Maybe the problems in our country are not caused by liberals or conservatives, but by our inability to be civil with each other. Go back and read Matthew 5:21 through 22 again. Is our country deteriorating because God is no longer accepting the worship and listening to the prayers of many who claim to be Christians because of our inability to love our neighbor? Because how can we love our neighbor if we're insulting and name-calling and all the while we are claiming to be Christians? Satan attacks from all directions. Don't allow yourself to fall into his trap. Now, in my next video, we'll talk about Christ's commandment to get rid of whatever causes you sin. Be sure to check out my other videos by going to New Awakening Theology on YouTube. Thanks, and have a great day.